welcome to Glad You Asked. Episode one, first one we've ever done. Think of it like moving into a new apartment. You don't know where the light switches are. You definitely don't trust the carpet, but it's home. Now, anyway. We'll probably burn something down metaphorically or literally. Who's to say? Either way, you're here, we're here. We're glad you asked, even if we don't really know what the question was. And you're complicit now in the court of law. So let's get going. Jamie, how are you?
I'm great, Brandon. How are you? I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm ecstatic for this first. We've been talking about this for months now, and we finally get here. I'm Brandon. I am the president and founder of Gladly Network, which is kind of the nexus of this whole grand idea. And Gladly is a marketplace that links up really good small businesses that want to do good things and consumers that have similar values want to do good things as well. And we do that all through a really cool employee perk program. And so the biggest thing for us is we just want to bless lives, want to make people's lives better. And so we'll be talking a lot about things related to that tangentially and directly. And so that's kind of the format here. It'll be a lot of questions, hence the glad you asked. And some answers, some will be worthwhile, and some you can fast forward through. But you won't know until it's too late. So, Jamie, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am Jamie. I am the director of impact for Gladly. Just happy to be here on this crazy venture with Brandon. And, I think we've got a lot of exciting, fun things planned in the future, in the immediate moment, maybe even some of them in the past. But we're trying to get the ship out to sea and bless as many lives as we can and have a good time along the way. So I'm excited to be here, excited to be part of this podcast. Like you said, we've been talking about this for a while. So here we go. Prepared or not, we're ready, right?
So as long as we've been talking about this, why did we name it Glad You Asked? I mean, aside from the fact that ChatGPT told us to.
Well, that was the number one reason. But no, I think we rely a lot on ChatGPT. But, that's a great question. And I think, from my perspective and yours, I mean, just talking is, we get asked all the time, what the heck is Gladly? So we're glad you asked. Why are we doing this? And our mission is to bless lives and to just spread good, as much good as we can throughout the world and our community. And we didn't want this to sound like just any quarterly shareholder call. We wanted to have real conversations. We wanted it to be casual and curious and purposeful. And so when people ask, we're glad they asked. So I think that's besides ChatGPT. You throw that all in there.
If Jamie and ChatGPT agree, then we are on the right track for sure. That's really what matters. So.
That's right. We hope. Anyways,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. we should get a blessed lives counter, that tallies how many times we say blessed lives. Just
I think we
in the
should.
corner.
Actually,
Ding,
we need a sound ding ding. Yeah.
Ding. Blessing lives.
We'll have to get one of those on your
desk. Like how many
desk.
hamburgers are served at McDonald's or whatever.
I think we could do that.
Yeah. Let's get on that, guys. Come on.
Okay. All right, Brandon. So let's start with your self-proclaimed title of the grumpy old man at 40. Because I've actually never heard anybody else call you that, but true or false,
I do get called that. It's probably mostly my wife.
Okay.
She thinks that I have resting grump face, and I get in trouble for it all the time because I don't look like I ever want to be anywhere, apparently, and I don't look like I want to talk to people, apparently. And actually, both of those are true. I just should just hide it better. So,
Okay.
um, yeah.
Well, we can work with that. Well, and how does this persona, I guess, or your little title, connect with why you build Gladly?
Uh, in spite of me looking like a grumpy old man all the time, I actually genuinely care for people. And I may not want to be around them sometimes or a lot of the time, but I really do. I really do like our emphasis on ding, 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 bless lives.
There you go.
We want to help people, and I definitely do as just personally. And so, um, I don't know. Maybe it's my way of proving that I'm not actually a grumpy old man, or I don't know. I've been in a lot of jobs, I say that I've actually only bought teeth and sold RVs. Really, like that's pretty much all I've done in my life.
Kind of obscure
But
professions.
two obscure professions. Um, but the it's kind of made me a little cynical towards human beings. I think you're supposed to, the more people you know, you're supposed to like have more trust and faith in humans, and I'm not sure that I do, based on my sales history. Um, but I have been around enough people that actually want to be good people, want to create impact, and then I've seen it in other people, and I've seen people that just need a little bit of a push, like a little kick in the butt, and they'll help. They'll put they'll throw in their hat, and so maybe that's it. I don't know. You guys can be the judges of that. Am I actually a grumpy old man?
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
think we'll leave it out there. I don't
Poll
think so.
question.
It's a poll
Poll question.
question. Is Brandon a
Yeah.
grumpy old man? Maybe old for your years, wise for your years. How about that? Not old.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we could do that.
So Jamie,
Yes.
you went from like training the Green Bay Packers skills team to being the principal at my kid's school to now this crazy startup world where you're the impact director. And I put quotes on that not because she's not capable of directing impact, but because we made up the title before we actually had anything to impact, I think.
Yeah.
So what made you crazy enough to say, sure, Brandon, I'll do this?
Yeah, Brandon, honestly, I think it just lined up with everything that I care about. I mean, you kind of sold me this pitch. I think it's that like RV salesman right there, right? Coming out, you sold me this pitch on, here's an idea that we're going to go out and ding, 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 bless lives, and we're going to try to make an impact and help people thrive. And it's bold enough and sounds nuts enough that I think this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. My whole life and career, all I wanted to do was help people thrive. And so this is a different way of doing it, but I like it. And so I
It's an
think it's like,
adventure.
it's an
That's for
adventure
sure.
and outside the wheelhouse, but inside the wheelhouse. So it just sounds fun. So I'm ready. I have been
I'm
ready.
with it.
So excited to
We're
get it going.
Yeah, we're rolling.
We're rolling. Okay. So this is a fun one for you, Brandon, because we kind of like to do these. So if Gladly had a spirit animal, what is this going to be and why? Or what is it?
Spirit animal. This is like the classic like get to know you question, right?
Yeah.
Like
Here we go.
what's your spirit animal? And everybody's like, oh, I'm a bear or a wolf, and yeah, a raccoon. That's probably closer to what I am. A little sneaky, but Gladly, mm, um, obscure animals. Um, let's go with a red panda.
Okay.
You ever see you like red pandas? They got one at the zoo here in Salt Lake, and these things you can sit and watch like all day long because
Yeah.
they're both like the cutest animal ever, and they kind of look ferocious when they show their teeth. And also, I have no idea why they're called a red panda because it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, they're red, but like panda, no. And
Yeah.
yeah, so let's go with red panda because they're cute. You can watch them all day. You feel like they're doing something important, even though they're just like chilling, right? They're like there. That doesn't make any sense at all. But I do like red pandas, so
All right.
I
I
like
buy that.
Gladly. I like red pandas. Let's go with it.
Yeah, they're playful, resilient. At least they're looking like it, right? So
Yeah,
minus the
yeah.
tail, it's kind of you, an animal form. So that's good.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do that. All
So
right.
for the uninformed, we're talking about Gladly, and what we don't want this to be is like a sales pitch for Gladly, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because it's the first episode, it's like, hey, let's get all this out of the way and talk about this thing so that you know, as we mention it in the future, like what it is. And so we kind of talked about what it is. What is it not, Jamie?
Yeah. Well, in this one, I mean, gladly so much. So we're kind of we're like, this is why we're going with what it's not. So because we're spending we're casting our net very broad, but I think what gladly isn't as far as a perks platform or employee perks platform and helping business. This is not going to be like coupons you'll never use. Like you're not going to. I don't even know where off the top of my head to think, but it's not going to be a coupon for something you're not going to use. This isn't an HR portal full of forms and logistics and logins that you're going to forget. Like, at least we're trying to make it that way. So, one, maybe we're just going to need one for now. And it's definitely not another like points for coffee cards. So it's not going to be a gimmick. It's not another Groupon. It's not just another store. But what it is, it's a network that's going to be built on purpose. And once again, ding, ding, ding. We're hoping to bless lives and connect people with brands that give back to the communities, to the planet, to the people they touch. It's all been very thoughtfully curated by you and I and others that we've talked to and on our team and partners that we've met along the way. But really, we're trying to just bring meaning and travel and health and wellness and mindfulness and family resources all in one place without all the other garbage. So I kind of went both ways, but what it is and
It
what
is
it
and it's
isn't.
not. Yeah,
Right.
it is and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot, but it's a lot of good. So that's what we're hoping for.
yeah.
So your turn. Why are we starting with dental reps?
Yeah. So the I said earlier I've bought teeth and sold RVs. This is not the sold RVs part of my life. This is the buying teeth part of my life. So we we own a company which is actually kind of the parent company of Gladly, and we've been in business for whatever 11, 12 years, whatever it is now, and our reps go around and they buy dental scrap from dentists. So they buy the old crowns and bridges, then we melt them down for precious metals, and it's a super strange job. But the nature of our job is that we basically go see every dental office in our territory every 6 months, and it's created these relationships that are really strong, that people ask us, from time to time, what have you seen in other offices, or what's going on in your life, or tell me about your kids, or whatever. And so it's more than just we're more than just scrap buyers in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we started kind of dreaming about this, we wanted to bring in that Blessed Lives mission that we have with Eco Solutions. And then we wanted to be able to give recommendations or provide kind of new and cool things to these offices. And
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how it all started. And at first it was like, well, we'll take all the business, these really cool business things, and we still have some of those. Um, but then we realized, like, everybody in an office is a consumer. Like, you're a mom, you're a dad, you're a aunt or uncle or whatever, and you're out buying things. And whether it's like uh, I'm buying laundry detergent, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
buying a new shirt, or whatever it is, like, people, I think, in general want to be able to find things where they're supporting good people and good companies. If it wasn't that way, then we probably would just have like stores we could walk into and order everything off of Amazon.
Yeah.
But you know, Main Street's alive and well. People still want to go into stores. People still want to interact, and so our dental reps kind of allow for that experience, even though we're a digital platform. They're going in and saying, "Hey, this is really cool. Like, you got to see this new thing," um, and people appreciate that. I feel like we already have that trust built, and that's why we've curated all this cool stuff, is so that we don't lose that trust. If
Yeah.
we have bad recommendations and something's poorly made, or we find out that they're dumping all their garbage into the ocean, like, then we've missed something. And so that's kind of what it is. And we've got our dental reps that we call in-person influencers, and then we've got our Gladly Voices that are more your traditional kind of digital influencers. And between the two of them, we're getting the word out about this crazy thing that we're building. And believe it or not, people are kind of liking it. They're
Yeah.
interested, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, dental reps, because that's the world that I'm living in right now, and that's where our contacts are, and because it's helping people, and that's what we're after.
I
So
think it's good. It works. Well, we hope, right? That's the
yeah,
idea.
so Jamie, if you could just poof make disappear like
Mm.
one overhyped business theory, like the synergy, because I hate using that word, like it's the most overhyped business word ever. Like the synergy of business theory, like what would that be?
Oh, I think that my biggest thing, and it even, I mean, this ties back to even like coaching and actually being an athlete, but it's just like the hustle culture. Like the quantity is more than like quantity. And I've always been a firm believer in, quality is more than quantity. But getting rid of the idea that if you're not grinding 24/7, you're failing. If you're not, this burns people out. This doesn't allow you to have time for yourself. It doesn't allow you to have time for your family, and your friends and those that are actually really important. Not that work isn't important, but that that idea of just like you're not successful if you're not doing this 24/7. If you're not eat, drink, and sleeping your work, um, you know,
Yeah,
it,
throw it
it
out.
really irks me.
Yeah, throw it out. It's literally killing people. I mean, like, if
Yeah,
we're being honest, it's literally killing people. And yeah, it's the wrong way to approach most things in life. Honestly, like, use moderation, people. Right?
yeah,
Like, we
no, and
it's
yeah, I
yeah.
agree. I mean, one of the things.
I was on a podcast yesterday, and similar question, and I told the guy, like, you know, it's just not that important. Like, none of this, right?
Yeah.
It's all temporary. Like, something else is going to be important tomorrow, and take a deep breath and realize, like, hey, I'm a person. This is a thing over here that I do, but it's not
Yep.
me. And
Exactly. Well, and I think that, the platform that we're trying to build with Gladly is really focusing on that. That's, all the partners that we make and the curated products and the fact that they have sustainable missions or they're giving back in some way, everything's contributing to a better world. But also, it's helping the employees and the employers of our offices be better people, take better care of themselves, and do all these things that we're talking about. You don't have to sit there and grind. So, I think we're about simplicity, authenticity, and just, you don't have to work harder, but let's live better. And hopefully we're going to help you do that. So,
for sure.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the big question now. Why the podcast? We've done blogs, we've blasted social media, we've done all these other things. And today, September 9th, 2025, let's throw in another item on our plate, but let's go podcast. But why do we think this is so important?
It's because the tenor of my voice is so relaxing for most
It
people.
is. I'm about ready to fall asleep, quite
That's what it
honestly.
is. I've been told that. I want to share this gift with the world. Now, if we're being honest, there's probably some sort of like deep marketing play and psychology that goes with this, and I just don't understand all that, which is cool. But we want to reach people in whatever mode or method they prefer. When I traveled a lot, I listened to podcasts religiously, mostly because they kept me awake, which was important when I was driving, because being asleep is bad when you're driving, at least. And so, that's how I took in content. That's how I learned things. That's, how I was entertained. And I couldn't read a blog. I wasn't supposed to scroll through social media. So, like, I mean, this is a way to get out there, to let people be able to hear what we're doing, what we're thinking, and hopefully people can learn a little bit. Probably not from us, but maybe from some of our guests,
Yep.
and see that there's people doing really good things out there, and that's what we want to highlight. We want to have real people, real voices, and people that are trying to do good things. And yeah, that's I think the crux of all this. Um,
Yeah.
so, Jamie, we've got like a dozen other questions here, and we're running out of time, and I'm going to skip them. Executive decision.
Okay.
Um, so, uh, I mean, just uh, the super short Cliff Notes version. Um, what do we? What's our goal here? Like, what are we trying to do with this? What's the aim? I don't know. What are we getting after? And are we going to have some fun or not? Like,
I
that's
think that's
kind of where
number
I'm at.
one. We're going to have some fun. And that's absolutely, that's the idea. But I think, I think we just want our listeners to expect conversations that are fun and meaningful. Not lectures. We want to be real and just like everybody's kind of going through the same struggle, I think. And maybe if you don't realize that, you realize that people are, but we're all just wanting this world to be a better place, and we've got each other's backs, and just there's brands that are out there that also want to do this, and so we want to highlight that and bring those to the front of let our listeners know about these other brands that are doing good. And I think that we're just going to dive deep into a whole bunch of different topics and see where it goes. and
All right,
and
straight from Jamie. We're gonna have
yep,
fun,
you can have
and we're gonna
fun.
talk about some cool stuff and some cool people. And so, tune in. Tune in for the next episode. What's it gonna be? I don't know. I mean, I actually do know, but I'm not gonna tell you because you
No,
gotta tune in.
that's right.
So not even gonna tell you. We know a secret and you don't. All right. So you want to reach us? That's I don't know if I'm pointing down or up or sideways or if it's even going to pop up on the screen. I have no idea. That's production's job. But um, email us. Contact at info at gladlynetwork.com, or Brandon or Jamie. Honestly, that works too. Gladly.good on Instagram, Gladly Network on LinkedIn. Just just reach out. You know what? If you go to the site, free to join. Get in there, look at some of our partner products, buy some if you're so inclined, and let's get this thing rolling even faster and farther than we thought it could. So
Yeah,
thanks for listening. Right? We
yeah.
didn't burn anything down today, so one for Brandon and Jamie. All right.
Yes, we're good.
Thanks. See you next time.
Yep, bye.